Welcome. We're glad you're able to participate in this on-demand webinar today. This webinar is Engineered Septic Systems, What Buyers Need to Know. And this is a short webinar that we're hoping will be of benefit to you as a realtor in the property sale and transfer field and might benefit you and your clients, buyers and sellers of homes with engineered septic systems. So, with that, let's just jump right in and get to the next slide, which is there we go. So, who are we? Well, my name is Mike Stevens. I've been in the wastewater industry for over 25 years. Um, have worked with both an engineering company, professional engineering company, but primarily have worked in the operation and maintenance field of on-site septic systems, wastewater treatment systems, of all various sizes and types. I am a certified wastewater operator with the state of Michigan, as well as a certified drinking water operator. Our company originally started as SCS Systems, now rebranded as Guardian Wastewater Services. It specializes only in wastewater operation and maintenance. So we deal with these engineered and advanced treatment septic systems, troubleshooting, repairs, preventative maintenance, and we also deal with both regulatory compliance and permitting at both the state level, state of Michigan level through Eagle, and the local health department level for clients that may have compliance issues with their on-site septic system. We currently have 5 technicians and we travel all over the state. Currently have operations agreements in 26 different counties across Michigan. So let's just say we get around a lot and do quite a bit of work with a small crew of experienced and trained technicians. So why are we presenting this webinar to realtors? Well, you have an important role when it comes to properties in rural settings, properties outside of municipal sewer services, properties that are on well and septic systems, throughout Michigan. So we have approximately 10 million people in Michigan, and we have approximately 1.5 million septic systems out there in the countryside, in the rural areas, serving single family homes and other properties out there. So you guys are really the first point of contact in a lot of rural properties when septic systems are getting looked at through the time of sale process. When somebody is inspecting these systems, that may not have been done for a number of years. So really, we felt that this was important that we reach out to realtors and provide information that you guys can use to better serve your clients and to inform your buyers and sellers out there of exactly what is an engineered septic system and what they need to be aware of. So let's dive into the nitty-gritty of some of this. What are engineered or sometimes referred to as alternative or advanced wastewater treatment systems? Well, the basic septic system or a conventional septic system is usually a system with very simple gravity distribution designed to basically do a minimal amount of treatment and make the water go away, is probably the best way to describe it. Engineered systems are generally designed to overcome a particular situation on a lot or on a piece of property that a conventional system, septic system, can't overcome. So that could be that you have poorly drained soils, clay loam soils, clay soils, soils that are not very permeable and don't drain away very well. Or it could be because there's a high seasonal water table on the property. During wet parts of the year, the ground gets really soggy and the water sticks around for long periods of time on that particular site. Could be that you are in close proximity to an environmentally sensitive resource that we want to protect. Maybe that's a drinking water aquifer. Maybe that is a surface water like a lake or a stream, and you've got to put a septic system very close to a lake that you want to protect. So that might be an opportunity where an engineered system is used. And then where you have limited space on the property or setback distances from neighboring wells, the well on the property, from water sources like lakes, rivers, or streams. So that can be an opportunity for an engineered wastewater system. They generally, because you are trying to overcome a site limitation, they're generally more complex than a conventional gravity septic system. A lot of times you're going to find that they'll have pumps, controls, or other treatment devices, proprietary systems. It might be very specific to a manufacturer of a product that has specifically designed a treatment unit to perform in a certain way. Or it could be more simplistic systems that we see around Michigan, elevated beds or elevated mound systems, where the system is constructed with a very specific aggregate material. Could be a specified sand that has to be used to provide the additional drainage and treatment for the system. So that is what we would typically find for engineered or alternative systems as we look around Michigan. That's typically what you're going to find most people will call an engineered or advanced treatment system when we discuss that in terms of on-site wastewater treatment. So why are they so different? As I mentioned, conventional systems are gravity. Um, Engineered systems may use pressure distribution instead of gravity flow. If you have pressure distribution, you need a pump to be able to generate that pressure and be able to push the water and distribute the water where you want it to go. So that could be lifting it up to an elevated mound, or it could be filling lines from the beginning of the line to the end of the line. We call those laterals in a drain field. It could be that we're using a specified aggregate material, as I mentioned. Could be 2NS sand, could be a specified media. So those types of things like pressure dose mounds or sand filters filter out suspended solids in the wastewater that might clog otherwise poorly draining soils. It might utilize that media to grow bacteria that will break down the nutrients in the wastewater. And so thereby you allow the bacteria to begin to eat that matter up before it gets to the drain field so that you don't clog up your drain field with a biomat or a bioslime. And then a lot of times now in Michigan, we have a number of proprietary products that do both of those functions in with a prepackaged unit. Those units might be, fiberglass units, they might be boxes, they might be tanks, they might involve pumps, controls, blowers, all sorts of additional components to make those systems work and to provide the necessary treatment that they're trying to get when the wastewater leaves that unit. So by doing all of those things, generally engineered systems can be smaller than conventional gravity systems. We can put them closer to a lake, river, or stream because now we're doing a lot of the treatment. We're removing a lot of what we would call the contaminants in the wastewater so that those are less of a concern about polluting a aquifer or a surface water that might be close by. And then it does allow us to put a cleaner effluent or a cleaner wastewater back into the soil that is relatively free of solids, relatively free of nutrients, which would grow that bioslime in a drain field. So in general, we have a lot of positives and a lot of positive outcomes that an engineered system can provide for a very challenging lot or soil. But what you need to know is maintenance is required. A conventional gravity system needs maintenance just as much as an engineered system. However, that maintenance is pretty simple. Pumping your tank every 3 to 5 years, doing your part to be septic smart. The EPA has this wonderful program called Septic Smart, and Sam tells you what you can and what you can't do to your on-site septic system. So being a good user of the system is important. But realize that when you get into engineered or advanced treatment systems, the more bells and whistles you have on the system, which means it's more and more important that somebody is making sure that all of those components function appropriately. In general, these systems are electrical mechanical systems that utilize pumps, controls, alarms, blowers, different components that require electrical mechanical function. So those require maintenance. Those will wear out and break down. And in some counties across the state, you'll find that there are requirements for engineered or advanced systems to be uh, maintained at a specified frequency or maintained in accordance with the manufacturer's requirements of the proprietary product. For example, Livingston County and Washtenaw counties both have programs that require ongoing maintenance of the engineered septic systems. So, what should your buyers know about these? Well, I think the biggest thing we hear most often is, what this scares me. What should I be afraid of? Sounds like this thing could blow up at any minute. Don't fear them. They really are can be a very well functioning system when they're properly designed, installed, and maintenance is provided according to the frequency that they need. They are a series of components, and that's what scares a lot of people. All the bells and whistles, all the pumps, all the electricity that they might use. But they are a series of components, and when a component fails, that component needs to be replaced. Similar to your automobile. When the belt on the fan breaks, you need to replace the belt. You don't throw out the entire car. When the tires wear out, you just replace the tires and you don't throw out the entire car. So they do require maintenance, but there are components that can be replaced that don't involve expensive fixes or replacing an entire drain field system or entire engineered septic system. And I would say find yourself a guy. Find someone that's experienced in wastewater treatment, like Guardian Wastewater Services or other service providers in the state. Find a guy that you can trust that has the experience in working with your particular type of system. In a lot of cases, the local health departments will have a list of contractors that can do this work. They'll have a list of maybe even service providers that provide service like we do on proprietary or engineered septic systems. So if you're not sure about a system on a site, and if it's a problem, if it's a concern, if it's going to be an expensive repair, always call an expert. Always call someone who's knowledgeable in those types of systems. Because when you do that, you can fix small problems before they become larger problems and more expensive failures, the longer they go ignored or neglected. So make sure you know a guy. Find a guy like Guardian Wastewater Systems or another company that may be able to provide you with that service. So we are, this is my plug. We are consider ourselves to be one of the top experts in the state in wastewater treatment, doing on-site wastewater, doing commercial wastewater, as well as doing community systems for communities of homes that are all on a common wastewater treatment system. So we've been doing this for a long time. We're probably one of the only companies that services single family homes all the way up to small municipal wastewater treatment systems for small communities. So we would be more than happy to talk to you about how we might be able to help your clients, your buyers, your sellers with wastewater issues or their engineered septic systems. We also are part of a family of companies. Rapid Flush out of West Michigan, providing septic pumping and drain cleaning, and Michigan Drain Field, which really specializes in assessing drain fields, restoring drain fields, and providing the Sledgehammer Advanced Treatment System for remediation of drain fields. So we are just one small part of a family of companies dedicated to on-site septic systems and the wastewater treatment industry. So that is who we are, and I appreciate you joining us for this webinar. Our contact information is here. You can reach us at hello@guardianwastewater.com. Again, my name is Mike Stevens, and our phone number is listed there, 888-846-2216. Now, because this is an on-demand webinar, we'd ask that you reach out with any questions that you might have to our email. I believe also if you have something, you could enter it in the chat box at this time, and we'll be able to capture those questions. We'd also like to know if you would like more information or a future webinar that may deal with something very specific that you encounter as a realtor on properties that you guys are listing or helping your clients to purchase. Um, what do you encounter in the field that you would like to see future webinars on? So we would appreciate any feedback you could give us, and we appreciate the 20 minutes that you took out of your day today to learn a little bit more about engineered septic systems. But always feel free to reach out to us. We want to be your expert in on-site wastewater, engineered septic system, advanced treatment wastewater systems. So thank you again for participating and sharing, and please reach out to us. Let us know if you liked our webinar. Thank you so much.